What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. It is the 31st day of October, and here we are at about $2.54 with 8 hours and 26 minutes left in the day. Last day of the month, having a little bit of recovery. We're up 4.4% on the day so far. A little bit of recovery from yesterday's mishap. We were expecting that from here, from this consolidation phase, that we would break to the upside, not to the downside. In fact, breaking down like this after moving up, consolidating at the top of an overall range that you've been consolidating in. I mean, you should have broken to the upside. So a little disheartening seeing the price come back down, but overall we do still have higher lows, right? That's something to admire or to appreciate, I suppose. From a low here to a high there, you've just skimmed the golden ratio. And this is actually a very positive reaction where you can't quite hit the golden ratio. This is such an area this is an area that is so, what's the word, anticipated, heavily anticipated, expected, right? Everybody's looking to buy. Whenever you have the price get really close to it, but it can't quite get there, that's called front running. There's too much buying pressure, not enough selling pressure, whatever the case may be, and then the price has a nice reaction afterwards. The fact that we've closed above the 382, the fact that we're reacting like this, very much to me validates that we have found support here and that we will continue to go higher. Now, with that being said, right here, we're at a place of resistance that we found here and here as well. Could we find resistance now and pull back? Sure. Maybe we pull back and we still go up higher. We don't have to, we pulled back here, went lower. Maybe we pull back and then we go higher afterwards. We don't have to be a non-stop bullet train to the upside. But I do think that it looks good here. $2.54. I want to look at the 1 hour time frame and then zoom out from there. Okay, so 1 hour time frame. And let's actually look at something with some volume on it too. We'll use Coinbase just for now. Oh, wow, a lot of volume on this candle. Wow. What about on Binance? Not as much, but still above average volume. Cool. Yeah, decent volume. A lot of volume on Coinbase. I wonder what that's about. Is there more volume on Coinbase now than there is on Binance? 25.6 million. Wow. More volume this hour on Coinbase than Binance. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know what that means, but it's interesting nonetheless. That doesn't normally happen. 1 hour time frame, the RSI looks great. The stochastics are at a great area to bounce, and the MACD is actually looking like it wants to cross above the zero here. And whenever we did that last time, that was just like the beginning of this move overall. So we could just be beginning this move here that takes us to prices above this high here. Things look good. They look good for continuation. But again, a lot of volume at a place that we found resistance before. Might we find resistance now? It's possible. It's possible, okay? Doesn't mean that we have to go down, but all I'm saying is if we do go down, we still likely hold this as a low. We'll just find a higher low and then move higher, okay, progressively higher. Daily time frame now, zooming out a little bit. Or did we look at the 4 hour yet? No, we haven't looked at the 4 hour as far as indicators go. The 4 hour MACD is at an area to bounce. It's a little bit below the zero, more than I would like for it to be, but that's okay. You do have lower lows in the oscillators, lower lows in the histogram as well, with higher lows in the price. That is hidden bullish divergence, and that does promote, a movement upwards. You look to be breaking out of your downtrend here in the RSI as well, which is nice, and the stochastics look postured upwards. The stochastics make me think that XRP will continue to move up going into the beginning days of November. Interesting, because I was thinking that that November would promote a crash in the beginning, and then we'd recover. What if we just have no red in November at all? What if we just open from the opening price and we don't go below that? What if there's no low wick? That would be crazy. But all these indicators suggest that we do continue moving higher from here. And with that in mind, let's look at this high to low real quick, just this relative high to low. Is that one lower or is that one lower? Let's see, this one is technically. Yeah, we're not even at the golden ratio. It's a nice movement, man. I think that we will progress higher. I think that we will see targets at 280 to 291 pretty soon. And with this kind of small retracement, it's very possible and even to be expected that we do see the secondary zone as well, something between $3.02 and $3.31 potentially over the coming days. Like by the end of next week. That'd be wild, man, if we moved up here to start off November. That'd be pretty wild. That'd be great. I would love to see it. We've got enough fear in the markets. We've definitely got enough fear in the markets. Daily time frame, zooming out a little bit more now. Stochastics look great, bouncing off the 50, perfect. MACD is shaping up. It's overall bearish, but not really a whole lot to go off of here. The only thought that I have in my mind is if we keep moving up at this trajectory more or less, sometime after the first week of November, maybe even at the very end of the first week of November, we should be getting a significant move, which is when the oscillators cross above the zero, we typically get some significant movements, right? Very significant movements. So we might move up into November, but after the first week is done, or maybe at the very ass end of the first week, that's whenever the real move happens. And that makes sense, right? We correlate this. If you can correlate this, these oscillators crossing above the zero with the price action moving, like if you're right here, the breakout of this overall downtrend will promote a big move. The breakout here above the zero will promote a big move. It seems like it goes in tandem. So that's nice to see there. The stochastics look great. The MACD looks great. There's good prospects ahead for the MACD, I should say. And the RSI does look sad overall, right? Very sad overall, but hopeful here, right? We're doing the thing. We're doing the thing. You guys remember the thing that I was asking for, right? Here we came down below the 40. Here we found resistance, we came down below the 40. Here we came down, we found resistance below the 40. Here we were asking, let's find support above the 40. And we did. We actually did. We did something different than any of these other times when you rejected here, rejected here, rejected here. We rejected here again, but we did something different this time. Might that promote different results? I think it will. Different behavior begets different results, my friends. And we've got some nice higher lows and higher highs coming up here. It's a little bit more constructive, less sporadic than these last couple of movements were. This seems a little bit more constructive here, doesn't it? Bouncing off the 40 is a good thing. All that to say, we look at this from a high to a low as far as fib retracements go, and I'm not going to include the PSYOP low. 382, 236, perfect. Go up to your golden ratio. It's exactly what you're going to do, man. You're moving up to $3 to $3.12. That's exactly what you're going to do between now and the end of the first week of November. That'd be my expectation. Yeah, absolutely. If not, maybe the second week of November. But again, I would think that by the first week we're probably up here. And you might consolidate for a little bit, and then boom, then rally. You're probably not going to consolidate up here for too long, right? Because the thought here is, oh my God, XRP is breaking out of this trend, right? That's the thought. When we're right here, oh my God, and even below there, oh my God, XRP is breaking out of this trend. We zoom out, oh my God, that means that it's breaking out of this trend. And we zoom out even more, and oh my God, XRP is breaking out to new all-time highs. We're breaking out of a multi-cycle trend overall, a multi-cycle consolidation phase. That's spectacular, right? So again, just the thought here being that once we get above about $3 again, the momentum for XRP, the momentum for probably the crypto markets as a whole should really kick off in a very, very short amount of time. We're going to see some spectacular growth, you guys. Very spectacular growth. Looking at this on the 1 hour time, or not the 1 hour, I'm sorry. Looking at this on the daily time frame. I like all the indicators. Let's look at the weekly time frame again, and we'll use a different chart. So you do have higher lows in the price, lower lows in the RSI. Finding support at the 50 on the stochastics, and the MACD looks great overall. Yes, we're building bearish momentum here, but I don't care. It's bullish overall, right? Let's see how the week ends. I think you look great. We should really be talking about where you're going to go as far as new all-time highs go, which, to be fair, in every single XRP video that we've made, basically every single day since January, we've been talking about the fabled legend of 1356 and above. And this is where I expect XRP will be, if not by the end of the year, then perhaps in January. And again, I want to get past this thought of this move needs to happen by the end of the year. It doesn't need to happen by the end of the year. It could happen instead by the end of January, and that's fine. That's totally fine if it does. $13.56 sounds appropriate to me. Something that's right there or above. When we break out of this range here, when we break out of this range here, we're going to skyrocket all the way up there. And if not by the end of December, then by the end of January, we're going to be something around, if not most likely above that area there. So I got nothing else. I really do appreciate you all for being here. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the like button, please, and thank you. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, all right? Bye-bye.